You ain't going to like it, but I'm going to show you exactly how you are going to make $500,000 this year wholesaling houses. See, a lot of people, they go through this riffraff, they go through this hamster wheel of wholesaling real estate where, they get excited. They like wholesaling. Oh, this is great. They get pumped up. They start working. They see a shiny new object, right? Oh, there's a brand new marketing system. There's a new way to find wholesaling deals. And then they ran out to that. They get all pumped up. Yeah. They do a new method. Maybe it's novations. Maybe it's something. And just then you go to the hamster wheel. The excitement wears off. The adrenaline of this new thing rolls off. And then they go to the next one. And then it's all this stuff, right? It used to be novations. Then it used to be MLS wholesaling. Then the traditional stuff I always talked about was all sexy. And then that was boring. And then FSBOs is the new thing. And then land is, I think everyone's doing land now. I make a lot of my wholesaling land. Then it goes into a new thing. And it's just like this crazy cycle. But the truth is, you're stuck not making any money in wholesaling. You're literally going out here and playing this game where you get really excited to make a bunch of money in wholesaling and you end up just doing nothing. And year after year after year after year, like I got people legitimately wholesaling real estate on this YouTube channel for 4 or 5 years who haven't even done one deal. And I'm not here to just be like screaming at you today. I'm not here to go out here and say, oh, how dare you? How loser, pathetic. It's not that. To be completely honest with you, the absolute thing everyone needs to do right now is to be completely locked in right now for your success. You see, the true battle in wholesaling, and I'm just being straight up with everyone, the true battle you are going to have is you versus you. And if you cannot defeat yourself, you are going to lose. You are going to fail. You see, the reason why you're not making any money in wholesaling, it's not because of the wholesaling regulations. It's not the regulations. I'll be real with you. I think I've done a deal in every state in the United States, and I'm continually doing deals all over the country in the markets that's not legal, which is hilarious because I'm making a lot of money wholesaling there. Kind of funny. And a lot of people think, oh my gosh, wholesaling is illegal. I mean, if somebody who's here to sell you something, try to get you to do, it's just ridiculous to me. Whoever tells you wholesaling real estate isn't legal just doesn't talk to enough lawyers. And I run all of my deals through lawyers. You know why? Because I'm not a lawyer. So I'm just make sure lawyers go and make sure my deals are all good. You see, the truth is, until they ban making money in real estate, where you buy a property and then resell it for a profit, until they ban that, you're going to be fine. And let me tell you what the American dream is. The American dream is to buy a piece of property. It goes up with inflation. So maybe buy a house for 300 grand, you sell for 400 grand 15 years later, and you make some profit. Well, that technically should be illegal then. It's not. You're going to double close. You're going to be fine, right? And so regulations ain't going to be the reason why you're not doing any deals. That's not the reason. Get out of that. I mean, that's the stupidest thing ever. More regulations actually better for me, and probably should be for you. I love I love these objections. I don't have lawyer money, bro. You know, the lawyers at the title company will look at your deal for free, bro. If you went to freewholesaling.com, Perez, you know that. But the truth is, you can have a lawyer at the title company go through all your stuff for free. They'll go through your contracts for free also. Just going through the course, you probably know that. But number one, regulation ain't going to stop you. Number two, your competition is not going to stop you. As long as you don't live in Los Angeles, Phoenix, or Broward, or Miami-Dade counties, or New York City, unless you don't live in those 5 areas, or San Francisco, those 6 areas, you're good. Okay. And if you live in those areas, virtually wholesale. Okay. It's just hilarious to me. It is absolutely hilarious to me how many people want to go to my face and give me an excuse of why they can't have success. I don't have money for a lawyer. Stay broke. Like legit, just stay broke. Because when you live in excuse land, that's how you just stay broke your entire life. The reason why you're broke right now is because you constantly make excuses of why you can never get ahead in life. This whole entire victim mindset, I don't subscribe to. I don't want anybody in here subscribing to it. I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't do it. Maybe, how do I talk to a lawyer? I don't have money. That's a great question. I can't do that. This is why you're always, because you're just complaining. You're complaining. This little mindset, it's not there. It's insane to me. So it's not that. The true issue, the true enemy that you have to slay, the dragon in your tail as you are the knight in shining armor, is yourself. Nobody wants to hear that. And this is not enjoyable. This is not an enjoyable thing to say, but it's yourself. And I'm going to show you exactly what that means. I'm going to give you some step-by-step what to do so you can do it. But I just want everyone to understand too. There's a big lie in wholesaling, you need the perfect script. You need the perfect CRM. You need the best market in it. Guys, wholesaling real estate inherently is not a special thing. It's really simple what we do. Okay. It's really simple what we do in wholesaling. We find properties for a deep discount. Then we sell the deal to a rich landlord, hedge fund, cash buyer, house flipper, whatever you want to call it. And we make 10, 20, 30, 40, $50,000 finder's fee. Wholesaling can also involve, in my mind, buying the property yourself, maybe put a couple grand into it, put it back on the market, sell a conventional loan, and make $70,000 profit. I consider that wholesaling real estate too. I consider that too. And so the truth about wholesaling, and the word wholesale, is you just get a property for under what it's worth, and then you sell it for below what it's worth too. So the way I describe this is you buy a property, you get a contract to a property for a deep discount, and then you sell it to a buyer for a discount, right? So you lock it up for a deep discount, then you sell it for a discount. So that spread in between deep and discount, that's your profit, right? But wholesaling real estate, again, to make money and to actually have success, there's nothing special. There is nothing special, okay? There's nothing special. The special thing you have to do is just show up every single day and be consistent. Now, I'm going to actually break down real, I'm going to do real talk. I'm actually going to show real stuff today. I'm not going to give you all the buzzwords. Be consistent and show up every single day and have a great attitude. That's all the fluff pieces. That's all the fluff stuff. That's not the real crap. The real stuff is doing the things nobody else is willing to do. And the truth why 95% of wholesalers just frankly cannot stick to the script. They just can't stick to being successful in wholesaling. The truth why they can't do that is, to be frank, they just can't show up every single day. It's so hard to be a 19-year-old, okay, doom scrolling on Instagram all day and just have the motivation to show up every single day when you have all these distractions, okay? We got to see what Kai Cenat's posting tonight. We got to watch the stream. We got to watch Aiden Ross. We can't go out here and text sellers. I can't find cash buyers for an hour. I'm too busy. I got to play Fortnite or whatever the kids do these days. To be real, I'm making so much money wholesaling. I've turned into an old man. I just make my money and then just shut off from society and go fishing or something. That's what I do now. I've turned into a 9-year-old old man, but I got the energy of a 26-year-old still. I'm just saying. I make my money and just dip out. The other stuff's pretty dumb in my opinion. But yeah, show up every single day. Now, what I found with young kids, now I'm 26 years old. I'm speaking to you like I'm Poe. Not Poe. Who is the old guy from Kung Fu Panda? Who's the tiny little one? It wasn't Poe. It was what is his name? We're live, so somebody can tell me. I forgot what the guy's name was. But that's who I am. I'm going to do the sensei in Kung Fu Panda. Oh, Shifu? Shufu? Yeah, this is who I basically am at this point. Master Shifu. Yeah, that's who I basically... At this point, okay, I'm basically Shifu, okay? I'm a grumpy old man. And I did not become this grumpy old man in wholesaling real estate from nothing, okay? By the way, if you don't know who I am, my name is Zach Ginn. I've been wholesaling real estate for over 10 years. I started wholesaling real estate at 16 years old. I'm 26 now. And my wholesaling real estate journey has been like doggy years. 10 years is equated to 70. I have no soul in my eyes anymore. I've had so many old people scream at me while cold calling that I don't have any emotions while cold calling. I just want to do deals all day. But all jokes aside, for about my first 5 years in wholesaling real estate, I pretty much worked 16 hours every single day. From the ages of 16 to 21, I woke up in the morning, I wholesaled, I went to go work out, I ate dinner, I went back to working, I went to bed, and I did the same thing every single day for about 5 years straight. And that made me a millionaire easily. It took 4 years to become a millionaire doing that. And then just income exploded. Then I was able to get employees, and now I can screw off and have a good time and still make a ton of money. But the thing is, wholesaling real estate for me has been like dog years. Okay. I've gone through the struggle. But the cool part about it is I've seen a lot of wholesalers in the past 10 years come and go in this business. And I've been doing videos like this on the internet for about 8 years about how to wholesale houses. And the funny part about it is I've seen everyone come and go. And the truth is, just the ones that actually made it, they just don't quit. That's it. So about 5% of people from when I started in this industry are still here. And the reason is obviously because I'm taller, I'm more jacked than them, I'm more handsome. Everyone knows that. It's not just that. It's also because I just show up every single day. Now, take away the height, the handsomeness, the full head of hair, the sick voice, right? The muscles, right? The absolute intelligence that I have. These are all jokes. Okay. But like, I mean, outside all that stuff, I just show up. And the number one skill set that I have in this business is I just don't give up. I don't quit. I don't let anyone get my way. Okay. And trust me, I've had a lot of haters. I have a lot of naysayers. I had a lot of people tell me I was never going to become successful in wholesaling. Most of my competition in my local market said, oh, you ain't going to do it. Dude, you're just a young kid. You ain't going to do it. You're going to get eaten out and spit out in this business. I've been told from everyone. Okay. And that's not even the real estate wholesaling coaches that say all these crazy things to me every single day. You should see my DMs. It's actually hilarious. I got to start exposing people, but I'm not there yet. That's for a different day. But guys, the reason I just don't really care what people say about me. Again, I just put my head down and I just get to work. That's what I do. So the truth is with you is it's the same exact principle. Show up and do the work. You see, I'm not asking anybody in here to become the greatest wholesaler of all time. I'm not asking you to go out here and become the greatest wholesaler ever. Okay. I just need everybody watching this to be just good enough to lock up 1 to 2 deals a month, make 20 to 30 grand per deal, rinse and repeat it. And that's pretty much it. That's all I'm asking you. I'm not asking for anything else. I'm not trying to get nuts. I'm not trying to go crazy here. I'm not like trying to make you do crazy, stupid things, right? All I'm telling you to do is use just this simple blueprint I'm going to tell you right now. Now, I said this in the title, and you probably noticed it, but you are going to absolutely hate what I'm about to make you do. This is Zach Bootcamp 101, baby. Okay? And you ain't going to enjoy it. The reason you ain't going to enjoy this is because you are going to just literally go out here and do what I tell you to do. And I haven't even revealed what it is. I know everyone's just going to hate it because this is designed for y'all doom scrolling, broccoli-haired 19-year-olds to go out here and get to work. Actually, I'll be real with you. The broccoli-head kids, they're like 23 now, 22, right? That was like the couple school years behind me, right? The new kids don't have that anymore, right? I don't think they do. They just like look at you like, I'm not, what's up with 19-year-old kids? And they just look at you like, that Gen Z scare, that Gen Alpha stare is like a real thing. But like y'all can't be doing that in wholesaling. And the truth is, why I'm roasting all the 19-year-olds, the reason I roast your generation is because it's the same issue with my generation, except it's a little different. If you look at Gen Alpha, which is like the 18, 19, 20-year-olds, right? They are absolutely, and I can say this without a doubt, you can roast me wherever you want. I mean, I'm youngish too. They are absolutely the most entitled, lazy generation I've seen yet. Most of them. Now, to be fair, about 5% of Gen Alpha is probably one of the most craziest, focused, insane warriors I've ever seen in business. Okay. If you gave me the top 5% in Gen Alpha versus the top 5% of my generation, the Gen Alpha kids win. If you give me the top 5% in the 18-year-olds right now, top 5% most ambitious, like focused, hardworking people, and the top 5% of people who are like Gen X, who are like 40, 50, 60, this new generation's way better. But if you do like the top 20%, everyone else is going to win. And so the real question here is, are you part of the 5% or are you not? That's just the truth. Okay. That is just the absolute truth. Gen Z, whatever you want. Like, are you part of the 5% or not? Are you part of the most entitled, lazy generation ever? Or you're part of the top 5% of that generation that is willing to go out here and absolutely lock in? The good news about this is all of the old guard of wholesaling real estate, they are all quitting this business. It is insane. The past 2 years, I've seen more old heads quit wholesaling real estate than ever. I'm not talking about YouTube. I'm talking about just in general. They just quit. I'm just flipping. I'm going all in on creative finance. I'm not wholesaling houses anymore. And they're all getting out of it because they're just soft. They're just soft. That's just the truth. Most of these old guys are just getting soft. So if you could show up every single day, you're going to win. So like I said, it's going to be a war of just you versus you. The question here is, how bad do you want it? I'm not trying to say it's like a Ray Lewis pump up speech. Let's go. But like, I'm legitimately asking you, like, how bad do you legitimately want to win? Because the person you have to defeat is the man you're looking at in the mirror every single morning. When you wake up in the morning, you want to go to your phone and start scrolling, or do you want to wake up, splash some cold water in your face, say, let's go. I'm not a sissy, and get on the phones and start getting some deals. It's just the truth. That's where we're at right now. I have to be all red pill, hard in the paint type guy today. I don't know why, but I've just been seeing way too many excuses lately. Okay. So in 2026, or in the next 365 days, we need to be about 20 deals, 25K per deal on average, roughly, say about $500,000, right? Maybe 30. That's where we got to be at, about 20 deals. That's all we're asking. Now, who in here, we're live, who in here wants to make $500,000 wholesaling real estate? I'm live. I legit want to know. Who in here wants to make $500,000? Who wants to do 20 deals at 25K in the next 365 days? Don't be sleeping. Comment it below and let me know if that's what you want. Actually pay attention. Yeah, I know you're eating your cereal, eating dinner, watching this or whatever. But like, hey, turn off the TV, start focus on me, okay? What's really funny is I see a lot of people start doing a little, they get a little more motivated once football's over, right? They're not going out here and watching football on Sundays. They're actually cold calling on Sundays and they're driving for dollars. And okay. We got some people. We got some people ready. We got some people pumped up. I like it. So here's the truth. Here's the blueprint. You want to go out here and make $500,000. We're focused. We're on this. We're ready to go. We're paying attention. Okay. So here's the blueprint. We're going to be focusing on three main things to go out here and make $500,000. Now, this is like Mr. Miyagi, wax on, wax off. Okay. You might think for me to start making you into a stone cold killer when it comes to wholesaling real estate, I give you a phone. Okay. I go out here and I give you a phone and I just make you start cold calling leads. That's not how I'm going to make you wax on, wax off first. You see, if we can open up your horizons and then give you the phone to start calling, you start making a ton more money. You start getting richer. You start getting more successful. You start getting that moolah. That's what we're talking about tonight. So what are we doing? First and foremost, number one, I need to expand your time. I need to give you more time to go out here and start making money. I need to give you more time to start wholesaling real estate. Number two, I'm going to absolutely lock you in, zone in, put your time into sights, sniper approach. You are dead locked in. You are focused. You put 17 locks on your doors. You ain't going out here, watching people randomly dance on the internet anymore. You're going out here and dancing when you're to the bank with all the money you're making. That's what we're talking about. And number three, absolute Navy SEAL level of execution. We are going out here and absolutely just sticking to the plan and not diverging from it and going all in on the mission. We have to have almost militaristic ambitions when it comes to going out here and becoming successful. Now, again, I'm not a veteran. I haven't been in the military, and I love all of our veterans out here. So hopefully I'm not saying anything out of context here, but like, I truly believe that the U.S. military is the greatest military of all time. I think they are the most disciplined, and you can say whatever you want about them. They are by far the most formidable fighting force I've ever seen on the earth in the history of the world. And that's why I use as motivation for that. Now, I never served in the U.S. military, but I appreciate all of our veterans out there. And the truth is, and I'll just be real with you, the reason I didn't join the military was I was making $100K. I made $100K my senior year in high school, wholesaling real estate. And I saw the path that was laid before me. I just wanted to make millions of dollars a year and just get filthy rich. Just being real. Okay. And, all the money I make goes to taxes, and I guess that goes to the military. So I think that's the best thing I'm going to do. But all I'm saying is that's what we're going to be doing. So you see those three things I talked to you, right? Time, focus, execution. You see how I did not mention the word motivation? I didn't give you a secret special list. Talking about those three things. So how do we get started making money here? Number one, guys, if you're watching this and you are absolutely out of the mud, out the trenches, $0 to your name, you need time. That is the number one thing that you need right now. If you're watching this, you probably don't have enough time. And what I mean by this is, I think a vast majority of people watching this, if you really want to get serious about wholesaling real estate, you need to completely simplify your life. I think a lot of people try to mix their work, their like social life, and wholesaling in like a trinity, right? Like a I don't know, is that the Illuminati signal? I don't know. But they try to have this like three like layered process of just making sure everything's in rhythm. And you're not going to have that. I'm just being real with everybody. Okay. I don't want to be that guy that's like all like Mr. Mean, but if you're really serious about making $500,000 in a year, you are not going to have any inkling of what do I call, balance in your life, right? What people call it, what, work-life balance? I think it's a crock of snot. But like, what I mean by simplifying your life is just think about it. So most people, they want to go to me and they want to go out here and just like, we look at this little triangle, we call it, work-life balance. And you want to have this like nice little balance in your life where you have your full-time job, you want to have your social life, and then you have your wholesaling, right? Wholesaling. And the truth here is everyone thinks like you can just kind of have this like little like equilibrium balance where you're putting like 40 hours a week at your full-time job, you put 10 hours into wholesaling, you spend 20 hours like doing your other stuff, and that's kind of like your life. And when in all actuality, let's do the math at 16. 16 times 7 is about 112 hours. Most people have 112 hours in a week. So out of 70, so that is 42. Where's the extra 42 hours? You see, that's the part nobody wants to talk about. Where's that extra 42 hours going? Well, you're probably eating food, probably talking to your family, you're probably dilly-dallying, maybe you're working out or whatever, right? And a lot of people want to go out here and just like, oh, I'm just going to go out here and have a good time. Okay. I want to go out here and have a real good time and do all this stuff. Here's the truth. Okay. You're not going to have, especially starting out in wholesaling real estate, most of you guys out here, you guys want to pretend you're going to have this work-life balance. The truth is, and this is what I did. I'm just going to be real with everybody. What I did was I completely just eliminated my social life. I'm just being real with you. I limited my social life. I eliminated my full-time job. And I just went all in on wholesaling real estate. Now, I was 17 years old at the time. Okay. I graduated high school 18 years old. So what I decided to do, and I'm not recommending this for most people, I'm just telling you what Zach did. I spent, and this is me going back to my old time. I spent, no joke, I spent 10 hours a week at college. So I graduated college at college. So I went to the University of Florida. I graduated at 19 years old. I have my diploma. I can show you. I graduated in 2019. I graduated college in 2019 at 19 years old because I took, I think, 7 classes a semester. And I just I got my AA degree in high school. And I don't recommend this for everybody, but I do have an eidetic memory. So I can basically read a textbook once and memorize the entire thing. So that's what I did. I spent 10 hours a week in college and I graduated really quick and I got a full ride scholarship. Not trying to brag or flex, but that's just what I did. So I spent 10 hours because I wanted to graduate, and I only did that because I had a full ride scholarship. And then my social life, I spent 2 hours a week with my friends. I'd like every Friday night for 2 hours, I'd hang out with my buddies, and that was it. That was my complete, and then I put everything into wholesaling real estate. Now, I'm not telling you to go out here and do this. This is very extreme, but this was my life from about 17 years old to about 21. Do I recommend this for most people? No. This was absolutely reckless. Absolutely reckless. This would destroy most people. I did not have many relationships. I was just literally married to the wholesaling game. I was absolutely locked in. I don't recommend most people do this, but what I would tell you this is, looking at a schedule like this, what chances would you put at my success in wholesaling real estate? What's the odds that I'd become a millionaire doing in wholesaling real estate? This is all I did. Well, I'm curious. If you did this, what are your odds in 5 years you become a millionaire? I would probably tell you, if you absolutely locked in, and you guys could look at my screen time. Guys, by the way, from 17 to 19, I didn't post one YouTube video. My first 2 or 3 years I didn't, because that was all I did. Now I started posting YouTube videos for fun because that was part of my 2 hours a week of so. And by the way, I will include this. I gave myself this. I also said myself this. I gave myself 1 hour a day to go out here and work out because I need the muscles for YouTube and the ladies. And then I needed 1 hour to go out here and have fun. So what's your definition of this? I would probably spend 1 hour at the gym, and I would eat dinner, and I would watch 1 hour of like Naruto or something. I'd watch like anime or whatever for an hour, TV show, Breaking Bad, Sopranos, whatever I want to watch. So I wasn't like this crazy animal that was just like locked in all the time. I worked about 16 hours, and then I worked out for about an hour, and then I did like 1 hour of fun. Maybe I was on the treadmill or the Stairmaster, like watching a show or whatever. But like, that's all I did. So I didn't mentally go crazy because I got to watch Naruto or whatever. It's pretty sick, actually. Watch the tuning exam arc. That was probably one of the best arcs ever, but I'm not getting that right now. So that's so again, everyone's like, yeah, that's about 100%, very high chance to become a millionaire. So I'm not telling you to do that. I think that's actually kind of reckless, and probably it did a lot of mental damage to me. But at this point, I make over $1 million a month in real estate investing and wholesaling. So I'm not like upset. I'm not crying over myself. I don't think I'm miserable in my life at all. And right now, it's like the opposite now. You see, the cool part about that is, now if you look at my life, I'm probably spending, and so I was probably putting, what's 15 times 7? That's probably how much time I actually worked. 15 times 7. I was probably putting 105 hours. Probably putting 105 hours into wholesaling back then. Now, if you look at like 26 years old, I probably, to be fair, I probably put in 10 hours a week, 2 hours a day into wholesaling. That's all I do now. And by the way, 7 hours is all just meetings with team members. It's all just meetings, just seeing what's going on. It's like a top military commander. That's pretty much how I spend my days. And the rest, I usually I work on X Leads pretty hard. And then I work on some other things I'm not talking about that are in the works, which are pretty exciting. And then I kind of screw off, I have a good time. That's pretty much what I do. If you want to see what me and my dad do, let's see if I have a picture of it. Like, this is literally what I do now. And again, I'm not doing this like to motivate you, or make you feel like, oh my gosh, this is so cool. But like, let me show you what me and so this is me and my dad on the boat. This is Saturday, I think. This is what I literally do most days now. And again, I'm not saying this because I'm trying to like, oh my gosh, but like this was my dad and his buddy on a boat on Friday. I worked Friday, but I went fishing with him Saturday. This is legit what he does. Like, I think that's his buddy's daughter, his friend's daughter, whatever. But like, Rick legit, him and his friend, like, they just go sail fishing. That's literally all I do now. And I'm not saying this to like flex, even though, you know, he's got a really nice boat and we have a good time, but like, it's pretty fun. I didn't really get to do much of that when I was wholesaling starting out. So now I live the life of like a old retired 90-year-old man, but like, that's pretty gangster. I just like fishing. It's like yoga, but I get to kill something. That's a Ron Swanson quote, but like, it's just true. And so now I have the opposite life where I killed myself my first 4 years. And now for the next 40 years, I don't have to kill myself. So I made the deal with the devil per se, right? And basically the deal that I made was you have two choices in your life right now. Okay. You can go out here and basically have 4 years of just absolute torture, absolute like sadness. Like you are just, and by the way, when I say sadness, I was never sad for 4 years. I had so much, you got to remember, I was 16 years old making $8 an hour at a grocery store. Then a year later, I'm making $100,000 a year. And then I'm making 20 grand a month at 19. Like I wasn't miserable, just being real. But what I decided, and what I think you should decide, is I decided to give up 4 years of my life so I can be happy and do whatever I want for the next 60 years of my life. You know, God willing, I can live over 100 years, but like 4 years to 60. Now, the truth is what most people do is they spend 4 years happy in college, you know, going around and sleeping around and having a good time with, and, you know, during their college years, they're happy. What is the new kid? These 19-year-old kids are like miserable and they have anxiety in college now, which is like you better have fun in college because your life's going to suck. And then for the next 40 years of their life, they are absolutely miserable, hating their jobs, living for the weekend. Okay. That's pretty much it. So you have a choice. Which one do you want to live? I think most people, okay, if they could guarantee it, they would take the 4 years that suck, right? To have the 60, it's 60 happy years versus 4 sad years. I mean, this is 36 sad years right here. And this is 54 happy years. It's like, which one's better? 54 happy years. Okay. That's pretty much it. I mean, it's a pretty obvious choice, but most people don't want to talk about that. So I'm not even telling you like really just destroy you. I'm just telling you guys, you need to simplify your life. You see, most people in wholesaling real estate, they try to wholesale in what I call the cracks of their life. So they have a full-time job. They might be, you know, have a social life, hang out with their friends and buddies. They go partying. And then in between that, then they wholesale houses for like a couple hours a day, an hour a day, 2 hours a day. And that's how they do it. When the honest truth here is you need to live in the cracks of your life. I hate to say this, but like wholesaling real estate is always going to reward the reps that you put in because you just get better and better and better and better at it. And most people don't want to focus. They just want to like get the instant gratification and be good at closing sellers and get really good at marketing and figure out the lists that work and do all the without the reps or without the effort, when you just got to go out here and go all in. And so what I'm going to tell everyone, and my advice for anybody, and if you are a 21-year-old kid, you're a 19-year-old kid, right? If you can just simplify your life, okay? I know a lot of people want to demonize like living with the parents. I don't actually think living with the parents is a bad idea. Now, the reason I say this is if you can live with your parents and like you actually like them, like I love my parents. I think they're awesome. You legitimately have no risk. Like, think about it. You go all in on wholesaling for 2 or 3 years and it doesn't work out. It's not like you're going to be homeless on the streets, right? Like your parents, they're going to still keep you in there, right? And if you're nice to them, they're going to let you stay. So it's not like you're in the streets if it doesn't work out versus if you're, I don't know, 38 years old with 4 kids and your wife's pregnant on the 5th one on the way. And you just say you're going to quit your paying job and your wife stays at home and it doesn't work. And now you can't pay your mortgage, you're foreclosed and your 5 children are basically on the streets now with your wife. That's a lot worse. And so what I'm begging everybody watching this is if you are privileged enough not to be married, you don't have kids, you don't have responsibilities, you're lucky enough to live with your parents, so you have a great safety net, I would tell you, and my best advice is to go all in on wholesaling real estate. I'm not telling you to quit your job. If you're in college, college is absolutely a joke between you and me for most things. And remember, if you're an engineer, if you're in any of the sciences, if you're doing anything medical, cool. Hats off to you. That's not a joke. That stuff's actually difficult. But if you're in like the sciences or the liberal arts, if you're a business school like I did, absolute joke. And you could do like 15 hours a week and you'll be fine. C's get degrees, it'd be cool, right? And before you go to college is important. I mean, I got a full ride scholarship. I graduated at 19 years old. Like it was a joke to me. And I'm not saying I'm smarter than everybody else, but I'm just saying like you can wholesale and do college full time. And I worked a bunch doing wholesaling. And so I tell most people watching this, if you can, I would lower your lifestyle. And what I mean by this too is if you go like, how do I say this the right way? If you play like 2 hours of video games a night, I would quit the video games. I would quit it all. Like anything that doesn't make money, I would just stop doing it. And I'm like, well, hanging out with my kids doesn't make money. Should I? No. Okay. If you have no kids, you are not married. All right. I'm not going to tell married men to go out here without kids to like be a neglectful husband. That's probably not a good idea. Maybe you should have a sit down talk. Zach's relationship wholesaling advice course will come out soon, I guess. But if you are not married, you don't have kids, you live with your parents, I think you should go all in on wholesaling real estate. That is just my straight advice for you. I'd go all in. I want to quit college. It's up to you. I'm not going to advise it, but do whatever you want. But I would go all in on wholesaling. I do 2 hours a week. I like fun stuff. Still have a decent relationship with your friends. I'd work out every single day. Again, a lot of people don't agree with that, but I would say working out is giving me more energy to wholesale than ever before. And I know when I'm like 60, it's actually going to be great. But if that's your case, I go all in. Now, if you're somebody who is married and you don't have kids, I would have a very hard talk with your spouse. And I would just let them know what you're doing. And I would make a schedule of what you're wholesaling. I would say, hey, I'm going to work 40 hours a week at my job. I'm going to put 30 hours into wholesaling. And the rest I got for you. Now, my relationship advice for that, and I've given this to a lot of young men, mostly men. I don't know why. Women usually are a lot better at this than me, I guess. But if you're a guy and you're married and you have, let's say you have kids too. Let's say if you know kids right now, I would tell you that you need to spend 1 to 2 hours a night with your partner or whatever. And that's all you do. So what I mean by this is if you go out here, work 9 to 5, then go wholesale from 5 to 9 p.m. And then from 9 p.m. to 11 p.m., that's your alone time with your spouse. Now from 9 to 11 p.m., do not go out here. And this is actually, this is my advice. Do not watch TV. Don't play board games. What you actually need to do is just spend 2 hours uninterrupted with your partner. I've given this advice to like probably 500 men. And this is advice that's always worked. If you're a married guy and you have a wife, I'm not generalizing women, but I'm just telling you the truth. Most women that are married, if you were to spend 2 hours with no TV, okay, no video games, you're just talking for 2 hours, most of us, okay, I'm bored with you. Go. We're like, you know what I mean? Like most of the time, quality time is just like spending 2 hours watching The Office. That's not like actually spending 2 hours with your partner, like actually like talking is Way more than enough every single day. Trust me. They get annoyed with you pretty dang fast. And so you spend 2 hours with them. That means you got 3 extra hours a day to wholesale real estate. So technically it's good for business. Okay. I know I'm not joking. If you time block your relationship, it actually works really good. That's just my advice. Same thing with kids. If you have kids, again, I'm not going to give kids advice because I don't have kids. I can give advice on anything else. I would probably say, and this is me very arrogant with it, if you spend an hour a day with your kids and an hour a day with your spouse, that's probably, I mean, I would say it's okay. And then I'd spend the weekends with your kids. I would never tell any man to be a neglectful father. I don't give advice for women because I'm not a woman. And that's, I can't. Okay. But what I'm telling you right now is if you can just find a way to find 3 or 4 hours time blocked, wake up an hour early, work, wholesaling, do 3 hours after work, and then be a great dad, super dad while you're there, that's fine. But don't go out here and try to be that guy that's like half wholesaling. Your wife's talking to you about your comping properties. And you got to be, you got to time block it. Step number 2, we're going to go all in on our focus here. So what I mean by this is when I'm talking about time blocking, so I was talking about that 5 p.m. to 8 p.m., you need to quit all distractions. So I'll be real with you. 80% of the people watching this are men. So I'm doing this primarily for men. Again, I'm not the type of guy to tell women what to do with their lives, except for wholesaling, but this can be for women too, I guess. But like, I would tell you, quit all distractions. You have to quit literally all distractions. And you might be like, what's a distraction? If it don't make you money, you don't focus on it. Okay? So, for example, all right, everyone wants to go out here and just talk about all these different things that don't make money. Okay. I went to a frozen yogurt place 2 weeks ago. Okay. And I was eating froyo with a buddy. And as one does, I love frozen yogurt. And I watched, there's these other people next to me. They're like 2 19-year-old kids. They spent an hour and a half talking about basketball. And I love basketball. Trust me, I love basketball. But I'm like, dude, this 1.5 hours, I'm like, dude, if you just guys talked about wholesaling and all you did was wholesale, and I knew if you talk about an hour and a half of basketball, you probably watch 10 hours a week of basketball. I'm like, trust me, I love basketball. Okay. I'm a Miami Heat for lifer guy. Okay. I love the Heat. Okay. I went to Heat games when it was just D Wade there. Okay. I was a Miami Heat Michael Beasley type fan, Mario Chalmers. Okay. I was there before Bosch and LeBron. Okay. I was like 10 years old when LeBron came to Miami. It was one of the greatest days of my life still. Okay. But I'll tell you this. If I could trade every hour I spent watching basketball for wholesaling real estate when I was like 12 years old, oh my gosh, I would be filthy rich. I would even be, I'd probably have an extra 100 million. The truth is, and I hate to say you look at life like this because you shouldn't, but there are things that overall are pretty dumb. Okay. Watching 10 hours a week of basketball is pretty dumb. If you could just be using that to make money, because that wholesaling that you spent could go out here and change your family's life. Now, this is a guy, I still watch Miami Heat games. I love going to Heat games. I go to Heat games a lot. Okay. I have pretty nice seats, by the way. I watch a decent amount of Heat games too at night, but I don't watch every Heat game religiously like that because I'm locked in on wholesaling. But I would tell everyone, quit as many distractions as you possibly can without making your life miserable. Okay. I would max social media one day, literally one day. Okay. One day. That's it. Okay. One day. I would spend about 1 hour a day max on social media. And I would tell you, if you could just do one specific thing today, I would time block 2 to 4 hours of uninterrupted marketing every single day. That's all I would do. Okay. And what I mean by this is you ain't going to put your lo-fi hip hop beats on. You're not going to put your music on in the back. You're just going to throw 2 to 4 hours every single day of uninterrupted marketing. Now, if you want to come to me and say, Zach, I'm not having success. What do I do? How do I make money in wholesaling? All these things. It's my advice. Okay. Do you do 2 hours a day of uninterrupted marketing? Okay. Probably not. So you should spend 2 to 4 hours every single day, polling lists, calling lists, texting lists, locking deals up, selling these. That's all. And so the truth is 2 to 4 hours of what I like to call income producing activities a day. That is it. If it doesn't produce income, you don't do it. That's it. Zero drama, zero distractions, literally doing what works right now. Okay. Simple. Okay. It's just hilarious to me. Okay. What we got? We got a hater. Can't take him serious when he talks about anime. This is real estate, my boy. What anime? You 12? So Dimitri, by the way, I currently make over $1 million a month. I'm very curious to see how much money you make per month, because I have read over 1,175 chapters of One Piece. Now, bro, I make $1 million a month. I've been wholesaling for 10 years, and I was able to still go through all that One Piece, bro. And the truth is, I like anime. And if you want to call me a loser for making $1 million a month because I watch anime, that dude, no problem, bro. Let me tell you one thing, and I think anime is pretty cool. Anime has showed me that most of them, like Naruto, One Piece, you can get knocked down and you just don't quit and you keep going until you become successful. It's pretty gangster. Now, what else I'm trying to do is you are absolutely focusing on making fun of somebody versus you going out here making money. Here's the truth, bro, Dimitri. If you can let me know. Actually, here you go, Dimitri, bro. If we got a hater, I'm not going to get too distracted. But Dimitri, we can go band for band. If you want to pop up how much money you made last week, I'll pull up my deals last week. I'll show you a couple checks. It's going to be over 100 grand. And I want you to pop up with 100 grand and then go up here and flex on me. Okay, bro? Flex on me right now that you made more money than me wholesaling real estate last week. And if you can't show up and be a man, shut up. That's all I'm going to say. That's it. I always give everyone, guys, if you want to go out here and talk your talk, you're more than invited to say your smack, but you got to flex on me, bro. If you're going to call me an idiot, you got to flex on me. And the reason I do that, by the way, is because nobody ever does it. By the way, nobody pops up on here, says a bunch of hate, and then say it to my face. So Dimitri, bro, you got an option. Okay. You can either hop on, talk to me right now, or just log off and be a little scared little baby. Here's the truth. You ain't going to pop up, Dimitri. You ain't going to show me any checks. You ain't going to show me any deals. You're just complaining. You ain't part of the 5% are going to win. All right, let's get back to work because Dimitri doesn't want to be a man tonight and back up his action with words. It's pretty sad. But hey, no problem. Oh, Lord. Man, I don't have a hater 1v1 me, bro. Like, why can't any hater 1v1 me? Oh my gosh. It's absolutely ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. Can't have a hater 1v1 me, man. So sad. But yeah. So let's talk about exactly what you have to be doing. Let's get into the actual details of this. And by the way, if you're like Dimitri and you have no patience, okay, I have a free real estate wholesaling course and community. It's called freewholesaling.com. And I'll teach you exactly the step-by-step stuff you need to know. So if you want to go out here and you want to go, I didn't know how to pull a code valuation. Okay. I'll break it all down. But what we need to talk about right now is the actual blueprint, right? So what you need to know right now is what is the blueprint that works? What is my 12-month blueprint that you need to start doing to go out here and make all this money in wholesaling? What is it? I'll break it down right now. So this is my 12-month blueprint. on how you're going to go out here and make $500,000 in the next 12 months wholesaling real estate. So what we're going to do is we're going to break this down into 12 months. So what 12 months is, it's going to be like this. Let's go right here. Hold on. There we go. So what we're going to do here is we're going to do our 12 months. So what we're going to do is we're going to do month 1 through 12. We're going to do month 1 through 3. And I'll split up into the first, let's do the first 6 months. So what do you do here? What's the plan? Well, the first 3 months, I would tell you, by far, month 1 through 3, what you need to do is you need to go out here and pick one market. I always tell people, just pick one market, pick 2 lists, and then pick 2 channels. Now you might ask, okay, Zach, well, what makes a good market or not? Again, for a real estate wholesaling market, okay, let's just get rid of, where's my eraser? Right here. There we go. Let me erase this just so. All right, that's fine. Okay, let's just talk about the first couple months first. So what makes a good market? I always like a median home price under $500,000 or below. I stick to that. And I want a population for the market, for the county, over 100,000 people. That's always been my rule. That's always what I've seen. But you want a median home price under $500,000 and a population over 100,000. That's what makes a good market. Now, the 2 lists that I recommend, one of them needs to be a government list, and the other one needs to be what I call an earned list. Now, what an earned list is, might be drawing for dollars, might be going out here and pulling another government list, right? Whatever it is. But I'd pick these 2 lists starting out because I'm assuming you have no money. Code violations, probates, fire damage properties, right? Water shutoffs, right? Whatever it is, I would just go out here and just absolutely stick to the rules. If it's data that you just can't get easily, I'd go out here and do it. All right? Simple. That's it. Simple. But one thing I would tell everyone too is everyone wants to talk about government list stuff. Like I would pick one if I were you, I'd pick one government list and I'd probably drive for dollars. And the whole point is you should produce about 500 lists each. So about maybe 400 code violations, pre-foreclosures, probates, and then 100 drawing for dollars leads. You stick to that all day, you're going to be fine. Now, your 2 channels, I recommend for most people, I think you should cold call and text, SMS. And if you just focus on this for about 3 months, you're probably going to be rolling in your first deal. I'd probably, I would say about 3 months of this is probably where you got to be at. But here's the truth. Most people just can't stick to that. This is the absolute reason. $500,000 or below median home price, population over 100,000. Stick to your government datas, trying for dollars, call and text. That's all you need to do. Now, if you want the scripts and stuff, if you go down here again, freewholesaling.com, I'll teach you how to do it absolutely for free. So you go here. There you go. If you go to freewholesaling.com, it's literally scrolling below. The word free, the word wholesaling.com, freewholesaling.com is literally below. I'll teach you how to do this all for free. So when I got haters who say, oh, you're not getting specific, bro, just go to freewholesaling.com. The free course is stupid specific about what to do every single day. I'm trying to help everyone's mindset right now. But we get more in the information too. And so from there, you should get your first deal or 2. And then that's when we start scaling things out. So it's going to be about I'd say about month 3 to 6. And on month 3 to 6, this is when you start tracking all your numbers. I recommend you track your KPIs. On top of that too, you should start hiring your first VAs. So your VAs should be doing your calling and maybe a little bit of your texting. And the question is, and then from there, you should probably at least get a software. I would sign up for X Leads. By the end of next week, you're going to see what the new X Leads update is. It's pretty disgusting. It's absolutely filthy. It is by far one of the biggest X Leads updates ever done. And hopefully by next week I can get it done. I'm like this close. And it's going to be very close to version 4, but I can't say anything about it right now. But I'm really excited about it. And it pains me because I have it done. It's just if it can be added into a way where it doesn't break the code, I would love to announce it next week on the main channel. Maybe live stream it, maybe drop a video. When I drop the title of the video, it's going to get 10,000 views because it's going to be insane. But I'm really pumped up about it. I think it's going to be pretty exciting. I'm just saying. I'm woo. I don't get into it right now. It's just so funny. Oh Lord, yeah. X leads. It's going to happen. So I'm pretty pumped up for it. But yeah, all I'm going to say is if you're ready for it, I would definitely go there. And yeah, that's all I'm going to say on there. So, okay. So what I do is first and foremost, you need to track your KPIs. See, we do a lot of one-on-ones on this channel too. So you can hop on. I can talk to you. We can talk about your wholesaling business. You've seen when I do one-on-ones with people, I ask specific numbers about KPIs and your numbers. The reason I ask that is, okay, if you have no success right now, how many calls you do, how many hours a week do you spend in this business, and exactly how many contacts you got, how many leads you got, how many calls per lead, how many leads per call. And I mean, it's more calls per lead. And then how many offers are you making and all these things, right? The most important KPI for anybody having a wholesaling real estate business that I've found is going to be straight up just offers. Offers. And what I mean by this is if you cannot make any offers, you won't make no money. So the best prediction of how much money you're going to make in wholesaling real estate is going to be how many offers you have made. If you have not made any offers this week, I know you haven't made any money. That's just the truth. So I'd be focusing on making as many dang offers as I possibly can. Simple as that. And then from there, you're going to get to work. Now, really what you'd be doing too with a system like this is you are going to be having a lot of follow-ups. So I'd go out here and reinforce all of your follow-ups. You need to be disgusting. You need to follow up with all your sellers every single week. And if you can't do that, you're cooked. If you cannot follow up with your sellers every single week, you are not going to be making any money in this business. So I tell everyone right now, make offers, make money. That's my best advice for anybody starting out. Now, for month really 7 to 9, okay? For month 7 to 9 here, let's write this down. So for month 7 to 9, okay, what I would do is I would add a third channel. So it really depends what you want to do. I would probably start getting into direct mail. I don't talk about too much. Go to freewholesaling.com for that. So I get in direct mail. I would most likely get into reverse drawing for dollars. I'd hire people to do that. And I'd start focusing more on inbound leads. That's what I'd be doing. And then I would just be pushing volume on what's working. So if cold calling is working, get a bunch of VAs, start adding more texts. That's what I'd be doing right now for month 7 to 9. Really simple. We're just adding more volume. We're really tightening up our dispositions process. We're making more per assignment. And at this point, we want to roughly try to be about 2 deals a month. So at this point, you should be able to reverse engineer your success. And what I mean by reverse engineering your success, if you have found that calling 3,000, right, government lists equals 1 deal, then what we need to do is we need to go multiply that 2. We need to pull 6,000 lists a month, and we need to go call and text this list. Then that will equal 2 deals a month. You just need to utterly systematize your business so you start getting out here and getting deals and success. That's pretty much it. Then by month 10 to 12, you should be kind of more, you should be about 2 deals a month. Now from month 10 to 12, let's go right here. There you go. Now from month, there we go. From month 10 to 12, what we're going to be doing is we are going to systematize your business. Systematize your business. So what I basically mean by this is we're going to add more efficiency. So you probably have to hire more and add more volume and do that at scale. Now, the next part we got to do here is we're going to make really the volume the big reason. And we're going to go to the volume and we're going to deep dive it. So we need to upgrade the quality of the volume and then update the quantity. And if we can focus mostly on these two things, you start making the most. And then what we're going to do is we're going to decrease the least leverage tasks. And basically, what this means is we are going to start making the time that you put in this business, we're going to start scaling that out and taking less time in the business. Simple as that. Less time in the business for you, more overall the team's working. And then from there, you should be probably able to squeeze another deal per month doing that with extra volume. Now you got 3 deals a month. Now you're cooking the sunset. Now you're making the money. Now you're going out here and making the money. You don't have any hype, just cash, just deals, just success. So that, ladies and gentlemen, is how you're going to make $500,000 a year wholesaling real estate. So if you got questions, I'm here to answer them. I'm here to make you some money wholesaling real estate. Let's go out here and answer some questions. Let me grab some water real quick. And let's see what we got to do. All right. There we go. All right. Man, no haters want to talk to me today. Why they all want to hide behind the screen? It's so sad, bro. So sad. Whenever I want to pop out on a hater, they don't want to talk to me, man. Man. I've only had one hater pop up on me in person. And I spent 15 minutes with them and they said, okay, I'm sorry. That's the truth about a hater, bro. They can't hate in person. I almost died right there. Haters gonna be happy about that. Okay. All right. Let's see what questions we got. What CRM can I get to get multiple area codes? The best CRM you can be using right now is going to be xleads.com. I do provide a free CRM at freewholesaling.com, but I'd recommend xleads. So SMS is the best starting out. Again, I closed one deal before. Josh, let me ask, how did you close that deal? I'm genuinely curious. How did you close that deal? So I'd love to know. Hey, close that deal. Man, kind of curious. Let me know how you close that deal, bro. Any chance you can type it? I'm screenshotting it. LOL. Can barely read your handwriting. Bryce, bro, you probably need to get better at it. I don't know what to tell you, man. I'm not going to type that out. But you're more than happy to if you want. Try to do it right there. So double down when it gets sold. That's literally scaling. And I know people want to get into the craziness. That's what it is. Simplicity. When Bill Gates said simplicity, it's probably not a good example. He's been a little weird lately, right? He's been island hopping. But I will use the Bill Gates quote because he built a good business. His quote was, simplicity scales, complexity fails. And it is true that if you can simplify your business and see what's working, what's not, you'll scale out everything else. xLeads mobile app is very soon. All righty. Zach and Rick's school is a pure gold mine for you guys looking to learn. Tons of great information if you can have it for free. Awesome. There we go. Freewholesaling.com, baby. All right. There we go. Zach and Rick's school is a pure gold mine for you guys looking to learn. Tons of great information you can have for free. Let's go. Let's see here. Give us the blueprint to success in wholesaling, bro. Dude, go to freewholesaling.com. It's all in there, man. All right. Let's answer some questions one-on-one. If you want to talk to me one-on-one, right here. Here's my streamer link. You can hop on. Farrar, what's going? Dude, how's your deal, man? I know you just closed that deal.
Oh yeah, man, that's pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. Man, my only question I have, Zach, is just how do I keep the momentum going? What's the game plan now moving forward? I haven't used any of the funds really I just don't want to be a one-hit wonder.
All right, say that one more time.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. Yeah, I was saying the deal went really well. Your guys' information
Tell
definitely
people
helped
how
me
much you made on the deal, man.
just a little 37K.
Oh, 37K. Let's go. Woo! Let's go. I love it.
No, man, shout out to you, man, for real. I really appreciate it.
Appreciate it.
But I just want to see like where do I go now? Like how do I allocate these funds? I don't want to be a one-hit wonder. I want to keep the momentum going. Um, Sometimes I still have like issues with my job. I feel like it's kind of taking a lot of my time. But just how can I maximize this deal? You know.
Yeah. So, how did you get that deal? To everyone first and foremost, how you got that deal?
It was a tax foreclosure.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Just cold calling a tax foreclosure.
okay. I mean, obviously, you should do more of that.
Uh-huh.
I mean, I think that's the first one, right?
I agree with you on that.
Okay. Second one. All right. I would probably go out here and you're in pump, right?
Yeah, correct.
Okay. I would be doing the pump stuff. I'm not going to talk about on YouTube. I'd focus on the pump stuff. I would put half your effort into pump, half into wholesaling.
Okay.
And that's all I'm going to say.
Like I'm not gonna lie, like even with the pump stuff, like sometimes I get overwhelmed with the school group because man, you drop so much
You
gems
can,
like consistent.
dude, I get it, but you're
Yeah.
in your market. It's the best for pump.
Okay.
Half into pump, half into this. I'm just telling you, bro. Put your head down. Use the software. You're gonna be good.
All right. So
Very quiet.
give me the game plan right now. Not especially like go in detail with pump. So tonight, tomorrow,
Go
like
through the software tutorial.
Uh-huh.
Do what the software tells you, and then go do it.
Okay.
And you can message Corey and Evan every single day for any advice you need. And then go through the pump course. You'll be good to go.
All right. And then in the pump course, it would kind of give me an idea of how to allocate these funds.
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. So,
And then focus on the marketing on the wholesale side too. All right.
okay. Anything else that you feel like I should?
You'll get wholesaling deals from doing the pump stuff. Trust me.
All right. Say less.
All right. We got another 70K deal from it. So, all right, dude, it's working well. All right.
All right. Thank you so much, man. Appreciate it.
Thank you. There we go. Pump, I am at no liberty to talk about that. So pump is something that I don't want to talk about. But yeah, it's a real estate method. Pretty gangster. You'll hear about it probably in 2 to 3 months. It used to be what M2M is, but I don't get into that right now. DeAndre, what's going on, man? Yo. I think I can hear you. DeAndre. I'm going to get Jeremy real quick. What's going on, man?
Hey, Zach.
How's it going? Do you take my advice? What's going on?
Yeah, I tried to call the clerk, and the lady was like, "You called the wrong place," and she's like, "I don't know what the probates are." So I didn't get the list, but I wanted to hop one anyway because I'm not giving up. I'm getting the list.
Okay, get it, dude. Get the list, man.
Okay, so I feel like I called the lady that you, or the place that you said to call. Is what specific area or department do you call to get this information? Like it's the county clerk, you said?
Okay, which county?
Hillsborough County.
Hillsborough County Clerk of the Court website. So I think I pulled it up last time, but I'll show you again. It's going to be the Hillsborough County Probate Court, and it's going to be right here. You can pull actually, I'm just going to send you the link. Should be under the private chat. I'm going to send you the link right here.
Okay.
And you should be good. There you go. All right, let's get to work, Jeremy. All right.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it.
All right, thanks, man. There we go. DeAndre, are you working?
Yeah. Can you hear me now?
Loud and clear.
Okay, perfect. Hold on, let me get back to this. Yeah, Zach, I feel like I'm always kind of, so this month I'm closing a deal with actually Roger and Antonio. Funny enough, in Oklahoma.
Ooh,
It's
that's good,
small.
dude.
It's a
Big
small one
market,
though.
man.
Yeah, like it's a very small market, so I don't understand. Like if I say the market, I feel like I'm gonna reveal it. But yeah, it's a very small market, so I don't know if I
Okay.
could. Yeah, I don't know if I could like replicate it in the same way. And I have like a larger issue.
I know their whole thing, dude. I know their whole thing like back of my hand.
Yeah,
They're the kings of the dispo when it comes to those hard markets.
yeah.
So I would focus on just finding the deals. They're great at dispoing them. Dude, they're so easy to lock up too.
I know, like it was so crazy. I was like one after another after another. Like it was like, man, it's
then
a
you
money
find-
market.
You found your honey hole, dude, and everyone thinks it's illegal, which is hilarious because they own a title company.
Mhm.
So, yeah.
Like I can't even say what city it's in. Like it's gonna reveal it. But
Yeah, bad idea, bro. Don't do it.
yeah. So I'm thinking of getting into texting with this deal I'm closing because I haven't started texting yet. I just kind of want to know like the KPIs on it and how much I'm gonna have to like invest and everything. Because I think the greater part of this conversation is I feel like I'm always chasing my next deal. Like I have one closed in Dayton, one closed in Butler County, Ohio, one closed in oh shit, I was about to say it, like in Oklahoma. Yeah, like it's just all over the place, and like some of it's texting, some of it's cold calling. You know, I have like a good amount from texting. Like manually on Google Voice. But yeah, it's just about like I don't have like a system, you know, to guarantee me a deal. Like sometimes I'll go a month or two without a deal, and it's just like, you know. So where do I go from here?
Yeah. So the first thing you need, are you in pump, right?
No, I'm not in pump.
Just focus on wholesaling then.
Mhm.
I would probably tell you right now. I would say in the next 3 months, you need to send 50,000 texts, which is $500, which is 130. Yeah, 150, $160 a month in marketing. That's all I'm asking. Probably 200 after everything. Send 50,000 texts in Oklahoma in the next 3 months, and you're going to be cooking.
Oh, okay.
That's
So
it.
is it just so what am I sending? Government list? Just text the government list, or am I texting other stuff too?
50,000 is a lot, bro. I think you're going to be stuck on high equities that are owned for 5 years, that are not MLS, individual trust ownership, and under the median home price.
Okay. I know this is a video. I could probably just write it down after. Actually, yeah. Right.
I would probably get all the buy boxes from Roger, and you could probably plug in the buy boxes into X leads, and that's what I'd text.
Oh yeah. He gave me like all of his buy boxes and everything, like not only from him but for his buyers. So yeah. All right then. Yeah.
You plug in the buy box, just text those leads. 50,000. That's about 13, 14,000. Well, that's it. You're not even. It's not even a lot of money. I'm asking. Just go out here and do it.
Yeah, I was planning to budget like 1,000 like a month. Would you think that would get me a deal then? More than likely,
bro. Dude, do you know how much texting $1,000 gets you on X leads? 100,000.
Yeah,
bro. You do all of Oklahoma at that point, bro. So I mean, yeah, you can do it. I would tell you this, DeAndre. I'm saying this very cryptically, but after the update on next week, I would not text until the update drops next week. Then I'd start texting. I'm being very cryptic with it, but it's going to help you out a lot.
Do you know what day that's good? Yeah, okay.
I'm trying my best, bro. If it can be tomorrow, I'm going to drop it tomorrow. The video is already ready, but it might have to be Tuesday. It might have to be Friday. It's out of my control. It's in my developer's hands, and that's all I can say.
All right. And one more thing. In terms, I don't know what it is, but I always want to like just wholesale and Brevard. Like I don't know what it is. I want to do Florida so badly. Like I just want to have like I think it's because of the spreads or something. Do you think that'd be a good idea too? You know, I pull some lists from Brevard, or do you think that might just be too saturated just to do all that? Like just pull some government lists from there, absentee owners, and just text blast that.
So what I would do, DeAndre, is I'd make all your money in Oklahoma, and then I'd buy a bunch of rentals in Brevard County with your near your family.
Okay.
Be a real estate investor in Florida, And then, yeah, that's probably what I do.
Okay, yeah, then I do that then, yeah. Like,
Oklahoma, between you and me though, I'm looking to buy some multifamily in Oklahoma. I really like Oklahoma.
it's
Because it's like Florida, but there's no hurricanes. It's amazing.
I'm not gonna lie, I feel like Oklahoma City is less saturated than Tulsa though. Like when I was marketing there, like I felt like there was no one
It's
really
twice as big. It's twice as
yeah.
big. Well, the truth about Oklahoma City, and I probably shouldn't tell you this, or I mean, I can tell you, I probably shouldn't tell people about this, but everyone wholesales in Oklahoma City, but nobody wholesales in the cities that are adjacent to Oklahoma City. Like the truth is,
yeah. Oh, my bad.
USB Canada and hockey, man.
My bad.
Hockey, Canada just keeps slipping up. But basically, go to the center of Oklahoma City, anything 45 minutes around there, that's all your territory. Draw a little radius, 45 minutes. That's the cash. That's where the money's at, dude.
Yeah, it's good. I love Oklahoma. So yeah, thanks for saying that in one video. I remember, and I just did it.
There we go, man.
2 deals this month, so let's go.
Love it, bro.
Yeah, so thanks again, Zach. Yeah, just gonna text $160 put in each month, and I'll just go from there, right?
Yep, and then don't wholesale in Edmond anymore because you just destroyed it. So congratulations.
Yeah, my bad. I wasn't doing that. I was doing another one mainly, but yeah, I was doing Edmond. So okay. That's it. I'm not gonna say anything else.
Andrew said it sounds like Edmonton. I better wholesale there.
Oh my god, it's because somebody else was doing it, and then I just stopped. You know what? Okay, never mind. I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna get off this live. Thank you, Zach. All right, I'm not gonna reveal anything.
2 deals. Congratulations, bro. I'm really proud of you. I remember our talk when I was 24 hours in my 27-hour live stream. I was pumping iron, and you were like, "What do I do?" You went to Oklahoma, and you listened to me. Thank you.
Yeah, easy.
I don't forget.
Yeah. Thanks, Zach.
All right, I appreciate it, man. Here we go. Leo, what's going on? You're muted, man. Uh-oh. Usually works. All right, Leo, what I'm going to do is I'm going to kick you out and you get back in. Should work. All right, man? All right. I'm going to kick him out, put him back in. It's like taking the, I don't know. It's like restarting the computer. Hopefully that helps him out. What is he using X Leads, bro? Of course he's using X Leads, getting deals, bro. Zach, how are you doing with TCPA laws? I'm not a lawyer, but we have some pretty good legislation. Not legislation. We have pretty good case law protecting wholesalers making offers with TCPA. Nobody wants to talk about it, but coffee versus fast cash offer. We have some really good stats right here. So let me show you. Where is it? Hold on, let me show this. Hold on, let me go here. All right, let me try to find this. Coffee versus fast cash offer. I'll show it right here. So if you want to know the laws on this, for Breezy, you just go here. Coffee versus fast cash offer. Let's go out here, and it's actually hilarious. So if you go here, read this. Court holds that offers to buy houses are not telephone solicitations. So cold calling to make an offer is not illegal for TCPA. Read the laws, you'll be good to go. And yeah, so yeah, you all Gucci, bro. There we go. At the airport, picking up the Egyptian prince. Let's go, Mark. Dude, I'm going to make it out to Vegas and hang out with Mark for a weekend. There we go. I wouldn't even go to the slots. I'll just talk about wholesaling with him. Zach, I need to get a deal this month and close by April 1st. What do I need? I have a $400 budget, bro. Go to xleads.com. See it below, xleads. Go to xleads.com. That's $100. I would spend the $300 in texting, pull a list of all the high equities, text 30,000, $400, get a deal. Easiest way to do it. That's how I do it. So guys, if you got any value from this video, make sure you smash that like button, subscribe. Go to freewholesaling.com, guys. Go here. to freewholesaling.com. I'll teach you how to wholesale real estate completely for free. Right here, freewholesaling.com. If you're watching this on TikTok, go to freewholesaling.com, the word free, the word wholesaling.com, and make a ton of money in this business. So, guys, I appreciate it. All the love and support. Smash the like button, subscribe, and I'll see you soon. Zach Ginn signing out.